Content warning: Echo can be an emotionally intense experience and may not be for everyone. Echo contains themes of an adult nature, including violence, torture, drug usage, and harsh language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Screw it. You know Janice? The waitress? Yeah. The methed out one in the diner. Come on, Flynn. Well, anyway, we're driving up Main Street towards the field, you know? With the rusted barbed wire and stuff. TJ hiding his face with his paw as he stared down hard at his cake. Uh-huh. Well, when we turned around the bend, we saw Janice. He keeps pausing for effect, and it's getting annoying. Okay, what happened? Well, she was all crouched over, staring at the road, and Leo starts driving up to her. I thought she was having like a heart attack or something. Yeah, well, as we got closer, we saw that her pants were down. I recoil a little, not having expected that at all. What? Yeah. And when we pulled up next to her, she just grinned at us, and then Flynn snorts out a laugh, covering his face like he still can't believe what happened. Can we please not talk about this? It just makes me feel awful. What? Well, she, It's unusual to see Flynn at a loss of words. Well, she just started pissing. What? Why? I don't know. She just smiled at us and started pissing. Heard it first, then looked down and saw it. Then Leo hit the gas. Flynn sits back down, done with the story, not exactly looking pleased with himself. I furrow my brow in confusion. Janice? She was one of the more well-adjusted people living in this town. Leo lets out a cough into the awkward silence. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly happened. Like maybe we missed something? Either way, she seems fine. She seemed fine a few days ago. Well, now I have more reason to never go into that diner again. We sit there awkwardly. I notice Carl is still staring down at his now empty plate. I still can't figure out why Carl's being so quiet, but I see an opportunity to get him to talk. And change the subject. Hey, don't we have some weird stuff? Didn't we have some weird stuff happen, Carl? Carl looks up at me. Huh? You know, the sounds we were hearing? Oh, yeah. Oh, what kind of sounds? Like bumping sounds and voices. That sounds creepy. Yeah, and Carl just charged down there like he wasn't even scared. That seems dangerous. Carl finally gives a little smile. Well, having a hard head can make you act crazy sometimes. So, did you find anything? No, we're not sure what it was. I'd watch out. Sounds like you got a pair of hobos banging out in your basement. As we eat, Jenna leans over and starts pulling out the presents from one of the bags. Sorry, Carl. We didn't even have time to wrap these up. It's fine. She pulls out a comic book from TJ, a poster from Leo, and a manga from herself. I know you hate... Oh, wrong voice. I know you hate these things, but I think you should give it a chance. I'll take a look. Thanks. And this is a horn band from Chase. She pulls out an orange and black band from the bag. The orange of my school, Carl's former school. Oh. Seems to be struggling to find something to say. Thanks? I didn't know people still wore these. Leo suddenly shifts against the counter, realizing that he had to explain my present. Well, they're making a comeback. We saw a couple of rams and then a stag that had like 5 of them on. Carl glances at me, and I can tell he probably knows I didn't get it for him. Mainly because of the university logo, and also because we made fun of them together a few years ago about how bro-y they were. I don't know if I should feel embarrassed or not, but my cheeks burn anyway. I promised myself to get him something thoughtful the next time we go into Payton. Yeah, well, here's mine. Flynn reaches into his pocket and pulls out something small, hidden in his paw. Hands it to Carl, who looks confused for a second before his expression turns into interest. Wow. It's a small, rectangular box with 2 sharp points jutting out on the top. I lean in for a closer look and realize that those parts are horns, and there's a complex, elegant design of a ram's face etched out in the front of the box. Carl presses his thumb against the horns and pushes. The top flicks up and over, and that's when I realize it's a lighter. Saw it when I was over at the reservation. Made me think of you. He reaches out and traces the finger along the horns and clicks it back shut. Thanks, Flynn. Yeah, now you'll look like a badass when you decide to get blazed. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We all jump and look over at Teacher, who's looking at the floor, the plate gone from the table. Flynn starts to laugh, but catches himself. Don't worry about it. They probably got 100 of these plates. Carl, where's your broom? He doesn't say anything, and we look at where Carl has been shifting a few seconds before, but he's gone, and so is another portion of cake. Huh? Where'd he go? Hey, check between the wall and the fridge. I think that's where I remember seeing it. TJ gets down on his knees and starts picking up the larger pieces. I look back at Carl's spot, then up the stairs. I'll be right back. Bathroom. I'm not sure why the deck is the first place I look, but it's where I find him. I watch him though, the paneled curtains for a moment. He's sitting on a little swing set, facing out towards the glaringly bright desert. There's an empty plate with a fork next to him. He's also toying with the lighter Flynn gave him, flipping it open and closed a few times and holding it up to the light. Smoke wafts from his lab where I assume he was holding a joint. Quietly, I slide open the glass door and step out onto the wooden balcony. The deck, of course, nice and big, stretching around half the house. I see Carl's long ears twitch at the sound, and he lowers the lighter down onto his lap, but doesn't turn around. Hey. He does turn around and then smiles. Shit! I thought you were Leo or something. Would that have been a bad thing? I look around and then just decide to sit next to him on the swing. He could have just pulled me back to the party. I look over at him. He's looking down at his lighter, turning it over in his paws, the hoof portions of his fingers making clacking sounds against the metal. Those things always fascinated me. It seemed like it should make holding things more difficult, but he managed just fine. Are you okay? Carl huffs out a chuckle and leans his head back against the cushioned backing of the seat. That's a great question. Everyone's always asking me. You just seem really uptight is all. Carl's demeanor is a lot more relaxed now, obviously. As if to emphasize that thought, he takes another hit off his joint and holds his breath for a moment, then lets it out. The pungent smell envelops me. I just don't like being around so many people. You know that. Well, yeah, but you were fine around them these past few days. Carl rubs his forehead hard with paw holding the joint using his palm. Yeah, well, things weren't about me then. Just felt a little bit put on the spot. He coughs. That shit gets me nervous. Like, can't we just hang out and not make it about me? I don't say anything, annoyed that I just can't grasp what he means. Am I making you nervous? Carl finally does look at me, his massive form swaying towards me. No, you never do, Chase. I do look away at that point, almost feeling self-conscious at the way he opened up to me. And thanks for trying to get me to talk earlier. This makes me feel guilty, though, the way people try to include me in things, and then I just disappoint them. Now I know why my face is vibrating. Okay. This is gonna, out of the three, this is gonna be a little bit heavy for me. A lot heavier than Leo, apparently. I can feel it. But you just don't really force me into shit. Everyone feels like I need to do something. Why can't I just decide that for myself? I push against the ground, making the swing sway a little, trying to think of the right thing to say. I mean, it's good to do stuff, right? You can't just sit around doing nothing forever. I guess it's just that I worry enough about it myself. I don't need other people doing it for me. I lean back in the swing for a bit, fixing myself on the seat. It creaks as I move about. I lean back in the swing for a bit, looking out over the desert. Man, I'm hungry. Wish I'd brought more cake with me. Not enough incentive to go back in? Not yet. I could get you some. He smirks at me. You one of those fat fetishes just feeding me garbage so my moves get bigger? You don't have moves. I felt them. Yeah, can't keep your paws off me, huh? You have a thing for my fat ass? I look him over as if studying his figure. Hey! He covers his chest. Well, I do actually like bigger guys, and there's nothing wrong with a little extra weight. Especially if it's carried well. He looks at me expectantly. Which you do. Sweet. You know, you seem like you'd be a pretty dope boyfriend. You just feed me cake all day, then get off on the results. I'm about to shoot back with something snarky when a stumbling figure catches my eye. Out of the sun-baked asphalt of the road in front of Carl's house, I see a thin figure. A weasel, I think, running up the road. He stops, panting, paws on his knees before he looks over his shoulder again. His whole body slumps, then like the air's gone out of him, like he's giving up on something. He turns around to look back up the road. He's far away, but even from here I can tell he's talking. Carl looks over at my silence and down at the road where I'm looking. Huh? Is that Duke? Yeah, that's him. Must be on something. He usually is. Duke finally turns around and starts to cower, his paws up in surrender. His lips are still moving rapidly, reminding me of someone who's trying to say as much as they can say before something cuts them off. What do you think? I trail off as Duke suddenly whips his head around to look up at us, then starts pointing up at our balcony. Uh-oh. Let's hope the doors are locked. I feel bad for Duke because, like, going through Leo's route and seeing what he's actually going through, but then I don't feel bad when going through Flynn's route and seeing what he's doing. Like, it's two conflicting tales that mesh in together because of the weird things that are happening in Echo. Like, I'm just like looking back at it, I'm just like, I don't know what's real. From comparing like Leo's route to Flynn's route, I'm assuming Leo's route is the true ending. Because in Flynn's route, we see things that happen in Leo's route that never happened in Flynn's route. So I'm assuming like all these timelines and like alternate like choices merge into the Leo main route to explain that. I want to see how they portray Duke in this route. The long leg thing. Yeah. The long-legged thing. And like I'm seeing foreshadowing things in here, like the metal scraping, which I thought it was the party already. The metal scraping, the spider, heck, even like his dreams are metaphors for what's happening in the future. The car driving into the lake, the feeling of the anchor, like all of these are metaphors of what's going to happen within the week. And I feel it because my face is vibrate. Like it's like my face is having goosebumps right now that it feels like it's vibrating. Like it's the same feeling that I had when I played both Leo's and Flynn's route. And I know we have like probably a longer way to go, but a short amount of time. So honestly, we'll see what happens when we keep going.